All right, guys, get some MLB plays and props for Tuesday, April 9th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. But first, we've got three people on the show tonight. If you have not noticed, Drew, our good friend down low, went to high school with him, went to college with him. He is a baseball savant. He knows a lot about baseball. He's got a lot of facts. He's going to be on the show hopefully one or two times a week. Haven't really talked about it yet, but we're going to bring him on the show here for now. And he's got a lot of information, and hopefully he gives out some great plays. But Trey, before we get to those plays, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Let's start with the game picks.
Yeah, I had another bad luck. I've had a terrible week, and it just got even worse for me. I gave out the Diamondbacks -1.5 against the Rockies. Diamondbacks, they were up 4-1 pretty early in this game, and then the crumble happened. They're currently down 7-4, top of the ninth. But hey, I got two runners on base with one out, so who knows? It's baseball. Anything can happen.
It could happen. It could happen. I had Owen one day. Seattle Mariners on the money line going up against the Blue Jays. They could not get any hits off of Barrios. Luis Castillo, he might be bad. That's 3 consecutive bad starts for him. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt to start the season, but it looks like he just doesn't have his stuff right now. So probably going to fade Luis Castillo next time I see him. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start him off?
Yeah, and I went 1-1 over on the player props. I went with Jung Hoo Lee over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Nationals. And Lee, he hit the over in his first at bat. He got on base and then got hit around to score. So that was an easy cash. And I wish I could say the same about my pitching prop, Aaron Ashby, over 5.5 strikeouts versus the Reds. Ashby just got lit up in this game, only pitched 3 2/3 innings and finished with only 2 strikeouts. Ellie De La Cruz, he may be back.
Inside the park home run tonight, 14 seconds around the bases. I went 1-1 tonight. My player prop, Trey Turner, to go over 1.5 bases going up against Miles McCollum. 2 singles in the first 3 at-bats, so easy cash there. Then Miles McCollum was a pitching prop, over 2.5 earned runs. You guys can blame Bryce Harper for this one. He grounded into, I think it was 3 double plays in the game, cost the Phillies a bunch of runs, and gave Miles McCollum the benefit of the doubt of being a horrible pitcher. So a 1-1 day there. Trey, let's go to the game picks for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to take us over to the Chicago White Sox going up against Cleveland Guardians game. And in my opinion, this is going to be a very entertaining game to watch. Both teams believe they can win the AL Central, but the White Sox, it just hasn't seemed to happen. They got the worst record in the American League with a 1-9 record, and they've got outscored by 26 runs already this season. That's the second worst in the MLB compared to this Guardians team, who has the second best record in the American League with an 8-2 record, and they've outscored teams by 32 runs already, which is the most in the MLB. Guys, I just got to go with the hotter team here and the home team. Give them the Guardians. I'm going to take them on the run line at +105. I love that we're getting plus money with the Guardians here because they're throwing out one of my favorite pitchers in Logan Allen. Allen, he's had a fantastic start to 2024 already. He's 2-0 with a 2.31 ERA paired with a 2.33 batting average and a 1.11 whip. Allen, he has done a great job of keeping the base paths clean, and I expect that to continue here in this game, because he's going to hold the White Sox to a low number and then hand it off to one of the best bullpens in the MLB. Cleveland, their bullpen has a 1.18 ERA, which is the second best in the major leagues. I know it's a small sample size, but hey, that's better than having a double-digit ERA. In Cleveland, they've been scoring runs as well this year. They have a loaded batting lineup, and it's turned into an average of 5.89 runs per game, which is the 5th highest in the MLB. The Guardians, they're simply the better team. They're the home team, and they're throwing out the better pitcher. I expect them to clobber the White Sox here in this game. Give them the Guardians -1.5 versus the White Sox.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there for you. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Baltimore Orioles going up against the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to take the under run scored in this game between the two teams, and it's fairly simple whenever you look at the pitching matchup. The Red Sox are going to be going with Ryan Bayo, and this is the guy that I've talked about a lot. And the only problem with his game is that he can't seem to keep the ball in the ballpark. If you go back and look at his quality starts last season, there was a trend where if he didn't give up a home run, he was almost guaranteed to go 6+ innings, giving up 1 run or no run, striking out about 5 or 6 batters a game. If you look at the games where he struggled, you can see why he struggled, because he gave up a couple home runs in the games. He has great stuff. The only problem, again, is whenever he gets into a little bit of a pickle, he's known for leaving one out in the middle of the plate, and he cannot do that in the MLB. He's getting a favorable matchup against the O's, who have started out a little bit slow batting this season, coming in with a 222 team batting average. Boston's this season a little bit better with their bats, hitting 248 on the year. And I do think Corbin Burnes is the much more reliable arm in this game. The Brewers lost their ace last season in Corbin Burnes, and over the last 5 years with the Brewers, he's been nothing but fantastic, posting an ERA below 3 in 3 of the last 4 seasons with the Brewers. This is year number 1 with the O's, and so far he's been great, giving up just 3 runs in 11 2/3 innings. He was nearly perfect against the Angels, giving up just 1 hit in 6 innings, striking out 11. And then the Royals actually gave him a little bit of problems in the last start. He only gave up 2 runs, but he gave up 9 hits. I do think both offenses are struggling a little bit, and I think both pitchers have the ability to shut the other team down. So I'm going to go with the under here, 8.5 runs as the play. Martin, first play on the channel. I'll have you give it out.
So we're going with the money line for the game tomorrow night between the Kansas City Royals and the Houston Astros. The Royals have their ace on the mound tomorrow night in Cole Ragans. They bring in the Astros to town, riding a 4-game winning streak after sweeping the Chicago White Sox that Trey mentioned earlier. So I guess we're kind of riding on that White Sox train of, keeping that momentum going here, carrying into Houston. Looking at Cole Ragans, he's given up 2 earned runs in his first start, and then he also gave up 1 earned run against the Orioles that Jesse just mentioned. He's been lights out to start this season so far. I know Trey's got a pick a little bit later that we might disagree on with our 2 picks, but I like the Royals to keep things rolling here against the Astros, who just lost Framber Valdez as well here today. Their ace starting pitcher. They've got Justin Verlander coming back, but losing an ace definitely does not help your rotation. So tomorrow night we've got Christian Javier on the mound, who pitched well in his first start, but last year really struggled, giving up some gopher balls and things of that nature. So I'm going with Ragans and the Royals to take this opening game of this series against the Astros here, taking the money line here.
I love it. I love the plays. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off there?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to start with my batting prop, and it's going to be Jung Hoo Lee to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Nationals. I love this over for Lee in this game. This marks the 3rd straight day I will give him out as my batting prop. He cashed for us the first 2 days, and I don't think that this game's going to be any different. That's because Lee, he has a pretty good matchup versus the Nationals. Washington, they're throwing out Josiah Gray in this game, and dear God, he has been absolutely brutal this season. Gray, he's 0 for 2 with a 14.04 ERA paired with a 4.05 batting average and a 2.4 whip. Gray, he's been allowing a ton of base runners game after game this year, and that should continue here in this game versus the Giants. And even though Lee has not batted all that well against righties this year, he's cashed for us in 2 straight games versus 2 starting righty pitchers. So I'm not nervous about this matchup. And with Lee being placed at the top of the Giants batting lineup too, that means we're going to get the most opportunities in this game. And with some great hitters behind him in the lineup, he should get around the score as well, which I love. So make it 3 days in a row, guys. Hopefully you don't hate me. Give me Jung Hoo Lee over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Nationals.
If it's working, don't fix it. Love the play there. For my batting prop, it's going to be Corbin Carroll to go over 1.5 bases going up against the Rockies. Again, this is the play. Since it's at Colorado, you might have to take the over 2.5 bases with the environment at Denver and who was on the mound in this game. I'm going to start with Corbin Carroll, who's not had the best start of the season, only hitting 200 on the year, but he's collected a hit in back-to-back games. Last season, this was one of the best players in the MLB, collecting 161 hits, 116 runs in his sophomore season in the MLB. He hit 285, and for a small, speedy guy, he has a lot of power behind him. He's a guy that I love to take because he can turn singles into doubles with his speed, and he also has the ability to hit some over the fence. I love the match for him in this game going up against Cal Quantrill, the starting pitcher today for the Rockies. I'm not sure how much longer Cal's going to be in the starting rotation because he's getting lit up, giving up 9 runs and 9 innings pitched so far for the Rockies in his first 2 games. Both of those games were also on the road for Cal, so I do think he's going to be worse in this game because typically playing in Colorado, the environment is hitter-friendly. Give me Corbin Carroll here to have his best game of the season so far and go over his total bases as the play. Drew, let's take a look at that player prop.
Yep, and so for me, I've got Austin Riley over 1.5 total bases. The Braves offense, as we all know, is a juggernaut right now, and tomorrow night they'll be going up against Adrian Hauser, who Austin Riley has had some historical success against also. So I like the player prop, like the matchup here. Austin Riley's been hot as well to start the season, so I like him to keep it rolling tomorrow night against the Mets.
Like it. A lot of power. The Mets have been brutal as well, so like the play there. Trey, let's go to the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, and Drew prefaced this earlier. We may disagree on this one, but I do have a lot of confidence in it. Give me Cole Ragans to go under his strikeouts versus the Astros. I really love this under for Cole in this game. Even though I love to watch him pitch, he's a flamethrower, and he currently ranks top 10 in total strikeouts this year and only has 2 starts. A lot of the people above him do have 3 starts, but I believe we're going to see him struggle to rack up the strikeouts here, and that is mainly because of his matchup versus the Astros. Houston, they do still have a loaded batting lineup, and they do a great job of starting off games hot. They rank in the top half of the MLB in terms of runs per game in the first 5 innings. So if they can get the Ragans here quickly, they might be able to get him out here early. And the thing that I love about the Astros here is that they refuse to strike out at the plate. They only strike out an average of 6.8 times per game. That's the fewest per game in the MLB. So I think Ragans is going to pitch well. He's going to pitch good, but I don't think he's going to be able to punch out as many batters as we're used to seeing here in this game. And I think that we're going to see him get a high pitch count pretty early in this game and struggle to punch out the batter. So sign me up for that. Give me Cole Ragans to go under his strikeouts versus the Astros.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there. For my play today, it's going to be Tyler Glasnow to go under 2.5 earned runs going up against the Minnesota Twins. This might actually come out at under 1.5 earned runs. And that's because Tyler's been dominant in his career and because the Minnesota Twins have struggled to string together hits to start the season. The Minnesota Twins are coming into this game as the worst hitting team in the MLB over the first couple weeks with a 191 batting average as a squad. This is going to be a home game for them. And surprisingly enough, they're actually worse at home, only hitting 141 as a team compared to 211 on the road. Last season, the Twins, they had the exact same problems as this season. They only hit 242 on the year last year, ranking them bottom 10 in the MLB. Tyler this season, he's with the Dodgers now. The rich keep getting richer. He's gone 5+ innings in all 3 of his starts, giving up just 8 hits and 6 runs so far with a 3.18 ERA. The only problem that Tyler's had over the last several years and in his career is his ability to stay healthy. And hopefully he can stay healthy because when he's in, he's one of the best pitchers in the MLB. He's getting a great matchup against the Twins, and he's already got 3 games underneath his belt, so he should be able to dominate in this one. Give me Tyler Glasnow to go under his total earned runs as the play. Drew, let's take a look at that play prop.
And I'm going to follow Jesse here with Tyler Glasnow as well. We're going to go over on his case tomorrow night, just kind of piggybacking, not to repeat what Jesse said, but the biggest thing with Tyler Glasnow is the innings pitched. And I think Tyler Glasnow goes 5+ innings in this game. As Jesse was talking about, the Twins have really struggled here to start the season offensively. So with that, I think Tyler Glasnow is in line to really rack up some Ks as well as to shut the Twins down. So that's, I guess, a little bit about what I was thinking on that. Not to go too much into depth because Jesse did a pretty good job already on Tyler Glasnow.
Great minds think alike, Drew. All right, let's take a look at the graphic. Trey, let's take a look. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Guardians here as my game pick, -1.5 versus the White Sox. They're obviously the better team. They're the home team and throwing out the better pitcher. What are we talking about? Also going with Jung Hoo Lee, over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Nationals 3 days in a row. Hopefully going to go 3 for 3 with Jung Hoo Lee. I'm also going with Cole Ragans under his strikeouts versus the Astros. It's a little bit of a risky play. He's a flamethrower. He can strike him out pretty quickly. But, hey, we're talking about the Astros here, and I feel like they're going to kind of have some respect for themselves. Come on.
Yeah, I'm going with the O's versus Boston, under 8.5 runs. Corbin Burns and Brian Bayo on the mound should be a fun, entertaining game. Hopefully it stays under there. Then give me Corbin Carroll, over 1.5 bases in Colorado. Cal Control on the mound. I love Corbin Carroll in that game. Then Tyler Glasnow, under 2.5 earned runs. Again, probably going to be 1.5 going up against the worst batting team in the MLB so far. Drew, your picture's not up here, but I'll have you break down your plays as well.
Yep. So, again, leading off, we got the Royals money line tomorrow night with the aforementioned Cole Ragans on the bump. So look for that. And then over on my hitting prop, we've got Austin Riley over 1.5 total bases. And then to wrap things up, we've got Tyler Glasnow hitting on his over with total strikeouts tomorrow night.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Tuesday, April 9th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,